Welcome to our special feature on the New World Order. Now, before you click away and dive headfirst into that YouTube rabbit hole of conspiracy theory videos narrated by a guy who sounds suspiciously like he's still wearing his tinfoil hat from breakfast, let's be clear, it's not that New World Order. We're not talking lizard people and secret societies controlling the world from the shadows here. Although, let's be honest, wouldn't that make for a much more exciting show? No, today we explore visionary leaders from around the globe who are making a significant impact. These are the folks actually shaping the world we live in, for better or worse. And trust me, there's plenty to unpack on both sides of that equation. So, buckle up, because we're about to embark on a whirlwind tour of global leadership, examining the policies, the controversies, and yes, even the haircuts of the people shaping the future. You won't want to miss it. First up, we head north to Canada, the land of maple syrup, hockey, and a prime minister who looks like he could be the lead singer of a moderately successful indie band. We're talking, of course, about Justin Trudeau. Now, Trudeau came into power promising sunny ways and a more progressive Canada, and to his credit, he's delivered on some of those promises, legalizing cannabis, tackling climate change, kind of, and generally being seen as a beacon of liberalism on the world stage. But it hasn't all been smooth sailing for Trudeau. He's faced his fair share of scandals, from accusations of hypocrisy to that whole brownface incident which, let's be honest, is never a good look. Still, Trudeau remains a popular figure both at home and abroad. He's young, he's charismatic, and he seems to genuinely care about making the world a better place. Whether he'll be able to achieve that lofty goal, well, that's a question for another time. Next, we travel to Germany, where Angela Merkel, the woman who makes pantsuits cool and staring down Vladimir Putin a national pastime, recently stepped down after 16 years as chancellor. Merkel, often dubbed the Iron Chancellor for her, let's say, resolute leadership style, guided Germany through a period of economic prosperity and relative stability. She's been a steady hand at the helm of the European Union, navigating the continent through multiple crises, from the Eurozone debt crisis to the Syrian refugee crisis. But Merkel's reign hasn't been without its critics. Some argue that her austerity measures crippled southern Europe, while others criticize her handling of the refugee crisis. Love her or hate her, there's no denying that Merkel has left an indelible mark on Germany and the world. She's a reminder that sometimes, the quiet, unassuming ones are the ones who wield the most power. From Germany, we jet set over to the world's largest democracy, India. Here we find Narendra Modi, a man who went from selling tea on the streets to becoming the country's prime minister. Modi is a polarizing figure, hailed by some as a strong leader who is modernizing India and criticized by others for his Hindu nationalist rhetoric and policies. One thing's for sure, Modi has overseen a period of significant economic growth in India. He's also made strides in improving infrastructure and sanitation. However, concerns remain about his government's record on human rights and freedom of speech. Only time will tell what Modi's legacy will be, but there's no doubt that he's one of the most consequential leaders in the world today. Now, let's journey to South Africa, where Cyril Ramaphosa, the man who went from trade union leader to business tycoon to president, is trying to steer the nation through choppy waters. Ramaphosa took over a country grappling with the legacy of apartheid, rampant corruption, and a stagnant economy. It's a tall order for anyone, let alone someone who also has to deal with the occasional power outage. But Ramaphosa is seen by many as a beacon of hope. He's promised to clean up corruption, kickstart the economy, and unite a deeply divided nation. It's still early days, and the challenges are immense. But Ramaphosa's leadership offers a glimmer of hope for a country that desperately needs it. Finally, we head to Brazil, where Jair Bolsonaro, a man who makes Donald Trump look like a moderate, is busy setting the rainforest on fire, both literally and figuratively. Bolsonaro is a far-right populist who has been called everything from Brazil's Trump to the tropical Trump. He's a climate change denier, a homophobe, and a misogynist who once told a congresswoman that she wasn't worth raping. His policies have been just as extreme as his rhetoric. He's opened up the Amazon rainforest to deforestation, attacked indigenous rights, and generally made Brazil a more hostile place for anyone who isn't a white straight man. Love him or loathe him, there's no denying that Bolsonaro is a force to be reckoned with. He's a reminder that, in our increasingly polarized world, the loudest, angriest voices often rise to the top. So there you have it, 5 leaders, 5 countries, 5 very different visions for the future. These leaders are shaping the future of their countries and the world. They're grappling with complex issues from climate change to economic inequality to the rise of nationalism. And while they may not always get it right, and trust me they won't, their successes and failures will have a profound impact on all of our lives. Stay tuned for more insights into global leadership and visionary change. Because the only thing more unpredictable than the future is who will lead us there.